Hey, what's going on? Here we are with the piriformis movements for relief. This is fairly quick and it should provide a substantial amount of relief. So we're going to start off by doing a hip flexor stretch. But before we get into this, with any stretching we do, the best thing to do is get the body warm and blood flowing. So there's a few ways you can do this. You can take a hot shower if you want to, get your core temperature up. This will help get oxygen and more blood flow, and then you'll get better results for this, or a sauna, something like that. The best way to do this is actually to go outside for a brisk walk or a light jog if you can, if you're not in too much pain, or on the elliptical, recumbent bike, or mobility exercises that you can do to just get the blood flowing, more synovial fluid, and you'll feel better from this. So we're going to go right into it. Okay, now your hip flexor is a muscle that is attaching to your femur, and then it also comes up into your lower lumbar spine. There's a specific muscle with that, I won't get into it, but anyways, it does this type of movement. So it pulls your knee into your chest. Since it pulls the knee into the chest, which is called hip flexion, we want to do the opposite of that to stretch it. So what we're going to do is we're going to tilt our body forward. We're not putting too much pressure downward because that's going to put pressure on the knee. We're putting pressure forward. And now we want to tighten our abs, right? And this is going to pull our pelvis back and actually increase the stretch even more. And now we're going to take a deep breath in, exhale, and go a little bit more forward, still keeping the abs tight. And we're going to hold for about 15 to 20 seconds. And we're going to do 3 sets on one side. All right, and then once we're done with the 3 sets, we're going to go to the other side. So just to repeat for the second time on this side, you'll do it again on the other side. I'm going to show you again. So it's deep breath in, exhale, push your hips forward, and tighten your abs. We want to make sure we're not arching the back too much, so tightening the abs allows us to keep a flat back. All right, and now I feel it deeper and deeper into this side. Okay, so 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds on one side, 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds on the other side, and then we're going to go into exercise or stretch number 2, which is you're going to lay down on the mat here, or wherever you're at home. You want a soft surface, preferably. If you need to use like a towel, that's fine, over the carpet. And now we're going to do what's called a glute stretch. Okay, so we're going to put the left foot over the right knee. Right, if your glutes are very tight, just getting in this position might be very hard for you. So from here, you could just stay here and just gently pull the right leg into your butt. If you need to, you can use a belt or a strap to wrap around and pull in if you can't reach up as far. You can try to use your abs to pull up as well. But if you have an easy time, you can just go ahead and grab your right knee and pull that left leg into your body, and you'll start to feel a stretch in your glutes right here. If you want to feel even a little bit more of a stretch, you can gently push the left knee out. Okay? We're going to, again, synchronize our breathing with the stretching. So deep breath in, exhale, and then pull back a little bit further. And visualize getting oxygen to the muscle that we're stretching. Okay, you'll notice each time that I exhale, I'll be able to pull back further and I'll go deeper into the stretch. So we're going to do, again, 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds on each side. I'll show you the other side so you can see it from a different angle. Okay, so now I'm going to put the right foot over the left knee, and now I'm reaching through my leg, my right foot, and grabbing my foot and pulling the knee into the chest. Okay, now the reason why we do the hip flexor stretch is to loosen up the hips before we do this movement. You'll get a larger benefit from it. All right, now we're going to go on to the third stretch. Okay, the third stretch here. and this is 3 of a total of 4 stretches, is going to go into the piriformis muscle. So we're going to pull the knee into the chest, and we're actually going to pull it across to our opposite shoulder. Okay, we're just gently pulling it and pushing it across. If you have a tight piriformis muscle, you might feel it right here, okay, underneath. This depends. If your hip flexors are very tight, you might feel pinching. So you just have to adjust and kind of see where you feel the stretch, right? Everybody's mechanics are different. Some people's hips are placed in the socket different than others, so you have to just move it around and see where you feel that stretch. Okay, once you feel a good stretch, same thing, deep breath in through your nose. Exhale and pull. And we're going to do 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds on each side, and I'll show you from the other side. Good, so now we're pulling across. We don't want to rotate our whole body. We want to actually keep the hip down, and that's what's creating tension to feel the stretch. And exhale and pull a little bit further. One side might feel tighter than the other. That's totally okay, that's normal. So this side for me feels a little bit tighter. And relax. All right, same thing, 3 sets of 15 to 20 seconds. And now the last one here, we're going to sit up nice and straight. We're focusing on stretching the hamstrings here. So we're going to slowly reach forward. If you're the type of person that can't even do that, just lay back with your hands here and gently push yourself forward with your hands in the back, and you'll feel the stretch in the hamstring. If you can move beyond that point, you're going to slide your hands down your leg. Take a deep breath in, again moving from your lower back, not moving from your upper body. You're moving from your lower back, so it puts torque on your hamstrings. And reaching forward, and now we're going to push our head down towards our knees. Okay, deep breath in, and relax, slow and controlled on the movements out. No jerking movements, no bouncing. Just slowly in and slowly out. Okay, we'll do it one more time. Ready, and go. So constant breathing, head down, and notice you go further and further every time. Right, if I do this on my own, the first set, I'm a little tight, it's hard to move. By the time I synchronize my breathing, the 3rd set and the end of the 3rd set, my head is almost down to my knees. Now that might not be typical for you, that's just my body's memory of how the muscle moves since I was a little kid. Now if you've always been tight, you might notice that your range of motion is much less, or it could be much more than mine, depending on your genetics, your background in sports, athleticism, flexibility, all that stuff. So there you go, it's the quick fix. Those 4 stretches, try to warm up first. You'll get way more benefit. If you're cold, do not do this. We don't want to stretch while we're cold. It can put more stress on the muscle. 3 sets of 15 seconds of each movement. We have the hip flexor stretch, the glute stretch, the piriformis stretch, and the hamstring stretch. Just those, right off the bat, should take stress off the hip complex, the lower back, and stretch the piriformis, taking any pressure off the sciatic nerve, providing you with tremendous relief. I hope this helps, and enjoy.